Welcome to Three Thoughts for Thursday, where wisdom meets momentum. Here's Kimberly Beer, entrepreneurial wise woman and cyber sorceress, to share three sparks to challenge how you think, create, and lead.
So today, my three thoughts are turning on how to go pro level with your money, how to truly show up as a professional in a stance of where you are a money manager, where you're showing up in true partnership with your money. And that means building a professional relationship with it. So my first thought is that going professional means that you don't treat your money as a parent, you treat it as a partner. So we've spent this entire month reframing money as a partnership and not a power dynamic. And that probably is the most key lesson that I hope you have walked away with over this month of episodes. Professionals do not beg their partners. They don't rebel against them either. They collaborate. Being truly in a professional relationship with your money means you don't wait until you feel ready to look at your numbers. You don't avoid your bank statements because you're in a shutdown or a freeze zone. You don't rage spend or rage discount because you are in a fight or flight space in your nervous system. And you meet your money consistently in a weekly meeting, just like you would a board member for your business or any other partners that you have. Professional means keeping your appointments. And in this case, it means keeping your appointment with your money. Money behaves a lot differently when you treat it as a partner, not as a villain, and not as a life preserver. My second thought is being professional with your money means that you regulate before you make decisions. And you understand that when you are in a red zone or a blue zone, meaning you're in fight or flight or you're in shutdown, you make decisions around money differently than you do when you are in a green zone of being in flow. Unregulated decisions are very expensive. When you are in that kind of fight or flight, panicked state, your decisions might look like panic discounting so that you can create and generate revenue in your business, over investing to prove something, or hiring or firing people just based on urgency alone. And that's not any way to be. It also might look like creating a really fancy sales page and over committing to your clients to a point that at the end of the day, it ends up costing you more than you make because you've overcommitted and overpromised in order to entice people into your program. Those are places where we're making decisions with money based on our panic. The shutdown part of this might look like avoiding our bookkeeping, not sending out invoices, or forgetting to follow up. It's all of those places where we kind of look the other way and say, I don't want to think about that right now. Stay over there. I'm not comfortable with you in this moment. Green zone decisions, however, look like reviewing your data without a self-attack, adjusting pricing so that it fits for your target market, and making slow, strategic investments that will move the needle forward with your money. Being professional with your money isn't just about spreadsheets, it's about your state of mind. And a dysregulated nervous system will sabotage even the best financial plan. A regulated one turns an average strategy into steady wealth. And it's really important to consider how you're showing up in your partnership with money on a regular basis and from what state you're making these decisions. The third thing I want to talk about today is being professional means choosing clarity over drama. Again, money and numbers can tell stories to us that may not be true or that maybe are triggered by our childhood trauma or the cultural lessons we've learned or even our past traumas overall. It can really get us into a space where we're not making decisions based on clear and obvious facts, but instead moving with the drama of the moment. Money drama is seductive. It gives the ego something to really chew on. But professionals will always choose clarity over that storyline. In the money contract you made at the beginning of the month, and if you haven't done so, now would be a good time to go back and take a look at that Make It Happen Monday episode. You clarified what money is responsible for, what you are responsible for, to a degree, what sustainability looks like, and what progress actually costs. When you are vague, money feels chaotic. When you are clear, money feels very directional. Professionals know their numbers, they know their margins, and they always are in consideration of their next move. It's not because they're perfect, it's because they're committed to maintaining their part of the partnership that they've created with their money. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Thank you for hanging out through this entire month about money. I have one more bonus episode around money with my friend Sarah Nadler that will be out as a bonus episode, hopefully on tomorrow, which would be on a Friday from when I'm recording this. But if it's not there, it'll be there over the weekend. I appreciate you hanging out through these money episodes. I hope you found them really interesting and entertaining. And if this is the first one you're having contact with, there's a whole ton of them that were recorded in February of 26 that you can go back and listen to. And I think they'll be valid far into the future. Thanks again for being a listener. I appreciate all of you.
Thank you for listening to the Be More Business podcast, where wisdom and innovation merge to create a business that supports the life you want to live. For more resources, courses, and inspiration, visit bemorebusiness.com.